Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 23 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of All the Mods 8. Today, just getting ready to get more into ElementalCraft. So, between episodes, I basically set up the similar structure to what I did at my Earth node at all 4 nodes. So, the fire, the water, the air, and the earth all have a setup like this, where we're extracting into a small container, and then we're splitting from the small container into another small container, which is automated with a laser IO node, and a larger container, I guess this is technically a medium container, with an elemental binder on top. And as a reminder, elemental binders cannot sit on top of small elemental containers, so if you want to do elemental binding, which is, yes, you do, then you definitely need to throw it on top of one of these medium containers. Next, I think we want to do this, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll get us, sweet, our first Swift Alloy Ingot. That's big. Swift Alloy Ingot, from what I recall, it's been a little while, but from what I recall, is one of the mod's most useful items. It's definitely one of like the big ones. So this is where we can branch into a lot more stuff. Cool. Improved element extractors, improved element binders, fire ingots, pure element holder. I think we're going to want one of these eventually. Well, no, that's the thing. Maybe, we'll see. I'm trying to remember how to move these nodes, because I would very much like to do that, please. I'm pretty sure it's doable within the mod. Pretty sure. Because I want to be able to automate all these things, but I also don't want to have, like, 5 sets of automation here. What I'd like to be able to do is automate it such that it's all in one spot. I think that would be cool. I just need to figure out how to move these guys. So we're gonna figure that out together. I think that would be good. So let's progress through the mod and see what we can come up with. Yeah. So now that we've done that, Solar Element Crystallizer allows you to harvest elements from the sunlight. It needs to see the sky and only works during the day. You also need to provide the lens to make it work. Okay. I don't think we need that at this point, though. That's cool. Solar Prism. Mana Element Synthesizer. That's interesting. Allows you to harvest elements from Britannia mana. You can also need to provide the lens to make it work. That's interesting. A little Britannia integration there. That's cool. Oh my goodness, look how many things opened up. Springaline is a very old material. Legends say sources spring from it. It can be recreated in a binder using amethysts, nether quartz, and water crystals. Once you get your first shard, it's easier to create Springaline clusters in your binder and mine them with the fortune pick or air mill grindstone. So cool. Okay, lenses are pieces of glass that channel some form of sunlight. So we're probably going to want to get Springaline going. I know that's a thing from what I recall. Oh my goodness, look at all this stuff. So pipe priority rings. Oh, okay, that's cool. Priority in a specific direction. That might be useful for us. Ordered sorter. Use the advanced properties of the Swift Alloy to insert specific items in a specific order into any instrument or chest. You can add a new item to the order by right-clicking the middle part. You can reorient its input and out by right-clicking the item. So that will probably be useful for this, because remember, the element binder matters what order items go in. Interesting. Instrument output retriever. Can interact with instruments to handle their output for themselves, allowing you to extract their output upon crafting and store it in a chest. Okay. So that's mostly for, you know, we do want to look at shrines, because I remember there's some really powerful things that we can do there. And spells as well. Jewels. Look at all the jewels. These are, I think, attached to armor and items. I think. Breathe underwater. Neat. Invulnerable to fire and makes it heal you. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here. Oh, cool. Jewel of the Mole increases your mining speed. So let's take a look at jewels, because I'm pretty sure there's some cool ones in here. Yeah, you can anvil them up. Neat. They go on a lot of things, actually. That's cool. Can my bow receive any jewels? Doesn't look like there's any jewels that'll go on a bow. That's a bummer. Alright, so let's do this. Let's, do I want to get into spells? I'd really like to automate getting everything craftable through refined storage if I can. and then get into spells and shrines. So let's progress to the point where we can do that. Deal? So I'll come back in a minute once I figure that out. All right, I think the next major progression point for us will be getting the gem crystallizer, which I remember makes these things, right? I don't entirely remember how, but I remember the gist. Looks cool. So let's do the thing, yes? So to do that, let's put away some of this stuff for now, because we don't need a lot of the stuff we have in our inventory. And as usual, inventory is a problem for me. So, yes, cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. Looking good. All right, so now let's get the gem crystallizer ready. So to make this, we're going to need swift alloy ingots, which you saw me making a few of already. We're also going to need strongly contained crystals, which need swift alloy nuggets, and Springaline shards. So Springaline is definitely going to be a thing that we're going to want. And I'd like to make the Springaline cluster if I can, because I remember them being cool. And there's a shrine, I think, which will help them grow, like the budding shrine. Yeah, but that's going to require some fine gems anyway, so we might as well get that going. But let's look at that. So Springaline cluster is going to need block of amethyst, block of quartz, Springaline shard, and water crystal. So that shouldn't be too bad. And then this guy's a water-based thing as well. We're going to need a water crystal. So let's fly over to our water doohickey. Man, I'm glad I have this super fast flight, because it makes getting between these node points easier. And I looked it up, and you can move these things. So I am remembering that correctly, at least. Cool. So let's get, from ElementalCraft, let me get a half a stack of those water shards. So on the down, we want to allow this to go in. And then do that. Okay. And then your extraction will allow this. Cool. And that's task complete. Nice. All right. And while that's cooking, we'll get ourselves our first Springaline shard, which is an amethyst shard and another quartz. Amethyst and quartz. Okay. And as a reminder, it does matter which direction you put them in. So amethyst, then quartz, then water shard. Okay. Amethyst, then quartz, then water shard. And then it should be using up some of the water in there. And boom. Nice. Easy peasy. Okay. Now to get the clusters, we're going to need a block of amethyst, a block of quartz, the shard, and a water crystal. And this should get me a cluster. Nice. Now let's take a look at those Springaline cluster dudes. Can I just place them anywhere? Or do you think I have to put them on a Springaline block? I feel like I might need to put them on the block, right? Maybe? Let's make more Springaline, and then we'll figure it out. Deal? Because if I can get this thing fully grown, I'm curious to see with my insanely high level of fortune what kind of result I'm going to get. Could be good, right? Let's find out. So with 4 of you, I'll get a Springaline block. And then if I put you on there, that's a Springaline cluster. Okay. Dyer's lack of vanilla knowledge is going to hurt him here, isn't it? Yeah, the budding shrine would be nice. That, I remember, gets me a lot of those. Oh, that wasn't bad. Right? Not bad at all, honestly. That was not bad. Okay. Okie dokie smoky. So refreshing my memory here. Springaline first. So that was not terrible. And you don't even have to wait for it to grow. It's like instantly available. Yeah, that works for me. Okie dokie. Fortune 8 for the win. Right? Right? All right, you keep doing your thing, Water. I'm assuming that you're working, right? I'm just gonna go on a limb there that is still good. I should consider putting readers on all these so we can see what their values are at, but I'll probably set that up once well, maybe I should move before I move it. Should I put it on there? Because what if this is like a really bad water node? Oh. Yeah, maybe I should do that. So integrated. I'm assuming you're still working. Yeah, you're totally still working. Maybe not right now, because I want to progress. And then when we do get to that point, then we'll do that. Deal? Yeah. When we get there, we'll get there. All right, so with you done now, we're going to want the gem crystallizer, which is going to need this. So I'm going to want, let's make one of these for now, just because we know it's an expensive craft. Okay. And then what we can do is we'll just move it from point to point until we have everything compressed. Right? So with that done, we now have new... Wow, that's a lot of new chapters. The basics. Gems. Elemental gems are created by the gem crystallizer. There are 3 qualities: crude, fine, and pristine. You can always use a better quality gem than required by a recipe. I remember that. The pure infuser is the most powerful crafting tool. Yes. Oh, that's the next thing we need to get. The pure infuser. Okay. This guy, I think, is what makes pure crystals... among other things. But yeah, that's definitely a big thing we're going to want. Cool. That's I believe the pure crystal is an ingredient in what we need. Okay. Sources, source traits, source analysis glass. Oh, that's cool. This is what lets me read things. Yeah, let me make one of these. All right, so to make this, we're going to need some air silk. Which is easy enough to get. And then we're going to want to head to Earth 2, because that's where my automation setup is. And you're going to need to get me... well, first off, we need Springaline glass, which we'll get in a minute. But hardened handle is stick, white rock, air silk, earth crystal. Okay. Stick, white rock, air silk, earth crystal. If I'm not mistaken, that'll get me the hardened handle. Nice. And this area is chunk loaded, right? Beautiful. How are you doing, by the way, over here? Not too shabby? He doesn't seem to be draining anymore, which is interesting. Oh, maybe because you're not set to that. Ahaha! There's your problem. Now you're draining. Nice. All right, now we can make this if we make one of these. Cool. Oh, look at that. Capacity 1%, recovery 2%, nocturnal generous. Okay. Are those numbers good? I have no idea. Let's head over to our water one and see what we've got going on. Huh. Oh, it consumes the Springaline shard to do an analysis too. Neat. Okay. Oh, and then there's a source stabilizer. It can be used on sources. It prevents them from being replaced by blocks. It also slightly increases the source recovery rate. Okay. We'll look at that as well. Rune inscriber is used to create runes, which we'll look at. Reservoirs are giant storage things. So they're like way more storage. And then shrines and spells we still have to do. Okay. So let's get... so we've got our gem crystallizer. And if we want a pure crystal, we're going to need a water crystal, which is what? Oh, that's not that bad. That's just the normal thing. It looks weird in this UI, but it looks straightforward enough. But to get the pure infuser, I feel like we don't necessarily need elements just yet. So let's get the pure infusion thing going. We're just going to need another one of these. And then we can get a pure infuser. Okay. And temporarily, I'm just going to set this up here at my water location. And then when I can move it, I will. Now, here's the deal with this. It requires pedestals of each kind. Okay. And to make these, we need the gems. Cool. And it'll take either pristine or fine. It won't take the bad kind. Okay. It also needs a swift alloy and 2 white rocks and an elemental infuser for that matter. So let's get 4 elemental infusers. Okay, I'm going to put away this quartz and some of the other junk that I have. Though I may need more swift crystals. Or swift ingots. Actually, I will definitely need more swift ingots because I'm not seeing any. Am I out? I might be out. All right, let me get more swift ingots. So probably should not have put away all the stuff that needed for that, but it's all good. We'll make it happen again. And air crystals. And gold. And drenched. And let's get more iron so that I can get more drenched. I remember needing a lot of drenched. I was not wrong about that. Okay, so back to the air guy. And I'm going to craft off camera for a minute, and I'll be right back. Pretty sure this was the order that it goes in. Right? Am I remembering that correctly? And I'm hoping all of these are full, because I'm going to use this, you'll see. So back once I make a few more of these. All right, so let's make an air one first. So the way this works, according to the book, is we put the diamond on first, then the air crystal, and then up to 10 shards gives you a better chance at a better crystal, right? So diamond to create the elemental gem, place the diamond first, then the crystal, right? So we're going to want diamond. And then having some shards would be nice. I'm assuming powerful would be better than weak. But what we can do, because we have a lot of the weaks, and we only need a medium one, we don't need a high tier one. So let's do this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. We want the gem crystallizer. All right, so that's in there, that's in there. So putting 10 in there gives us a pretty good chance of getting a decent one. I think we got a perfect one. Yeah, we got a pristine. Nice. Okay. So if I put 5 in there, put you away for a sec. There we go. We got a fine one. Nice. Now, if I want an air pedestal, we need to make this with the element binder. It's going to be a swift and 2 white rocks. Right? So binder, crystal. So remove this, put this on here. Binder, crystal, swift, and 2 white rocks. There we go. Yes. It does have a high amount of air essence that it needs. So I'm guessing it's crafting, but just, you know, being a little bit of a hog. And then I'll do the other 3 sets of these off camera because we need one of each element type, right? Wow, you need a lot of air. Holy cow. You are still crafting. And look, it's draining air, so we know the crafting is occurring. And the particle effects, I'm pretty sure, are indication that crafting is happening. Wow, that is a lot of air. Whoo! Come on, Chief. I'm actually surprised at how much this is taking. Hey, there we go. Nice. Air pedestal. And that will go over here. I guess it doesn't matter which one goes where. So we'll just do that. And then I'm going to repeat this process now with water, right? So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put this in here. We're going to get some water. Right? So diamond, gem, 5. Hopefully that'll get me at least a decent one. Nope, it got me a crude, so that's not good. So then you. I'll just throw all 10 on there, why not? If I get a, remember, higher tiers work in crafting, so if I get a perfect like I did, I can just use it, and I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Cool. And then it's, it was water, it was the elemental binder, the crystal, the swift, and then the 2 of these. And like I said, I'm doing this off camera, so we'll be back once the other 2 are crafted. All right, if I'm not mistaken, we're pretty close to having the earth one here. And there it is. Nice. All right, so now back to my water, which is just where I happened to be when I first started building this thing. We'll place these 2 around it. Okay, so that's water, that's air. Water being green is very much making me confused, because for a minute there I was like, wait a minute, did I already do earth? Am I that much of a dire derp that I already did earth? No. It just looks green, it's still water, and that's air. And that's earth, you can barely tell the difference between those 2. And then that's fire. Alright, fair enough. So now we want to make, using this, the pure crystals, right? I believe. So, how do we do that? Pure crystal is what we want. That is going to be, and I'm assuming that we place the tanks underneath them. Is that a good guess? Part of me is thinking I should make more containers, but we'll see. We'll see. Do I want more containers? I probably will use them. I made more iron because I knew I would need more. Okay, that works. Cool. So what I'm going to do then is borrow you guys. Okay, I'll get 1 full of each container type. So my air, I've got a full one, I'm sure. Because all these chunks are chunk loaded, so they should be refilling from when I just did my crafting. Okay. So that's air and water covered. Let's get our fire. Okay, and then earth. Earth's the last one I did, so it's possible that it's not filled up yet, but we'll see. I'd like it to be as full as possible. I'm wondering if I can tick accelerate you. Now is where we get into the can we do the cheaty things? I feel like yes. Yeah. No, it totally filled up, and that works, right? Are you full, or no? You weren't, but you are now. Cool. Right now, I'm just assuming, right? But the what's it called again? This thing is made in a pure infuser. Pure infuser. Uses pedestals to channel elements. To operate, it needs to be circled with 4 pedestals, each being provided the correct element using improved pipes. So we have to use improved pipes on those. Once this setup is done, you can start crafting by putting the correct ingredient on each pedestal and the main one in the pure infuser. Okay, so we need to have improved pipes, which is going to be that. Quest complete. Nice. All right. So now we just have to match our elements, right? So you're fire. Okay. And you're water, and you're air, and you're earth. And we'll tweak this a little bit as we get more advanced in the mod. And that would be air. And then if I'm not mistaken, I need one of each crystal. Right? So I've got some of them. I could use a few more of a couple kinds. Let's get a few more fires, which I don't think I automated yet. But I can easily enough because down, extract inert, and then this side, extract fire. That should be cool. Yep, that's working. And then earth 2. Did I set this up with air? Probably not. Oh, no, I did. Air is automated already. Cool. And I know water is. So it's just earth that needs to be set up. So down, extract inerts. And then on this side, you can extract earth crystal. There you are. Sweet. And now let's go get ourselves a pure crystal. What do you say? And it was a diamond that goes in the middle, is that right? Yes. So we put each crystal on each platform, and then we put the diamond in the middle, and then we should get a pure elemental dude, right? So that's water, that's fire, that's earth, that's air, and that's diamond. And now we're cooking. Cooking, 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 cooking. Draining lots of elements. And the key being that I made sure to have this guy placed down so that we would recharge the containers while waiting. Look at how nice that looks. I love that. It's so good. You know, Dyer, give me particle effects and I'm happy. Are you going to drain a whole tank? Because holy cow, that's a lot. There you go. All right, you definitely drained almost an entire tank just to make this crazy thing. All right, well that's a lot. That's a lot of actions happening right there. But we got the pure dude, which I'm assuming unlocks a bunch more things, right? Fire blast furnace. Didn't we already look at these? Oh, it's a blast fire. Okay, yeah, blast furnace variant. Okay, improved element extractor. These are cool. It extracts elements faster. As for any other instruments, the improved extractor needs to be on top of a container, but not a small container. Yes. So that's definitely on our to-do list. Improved. I remember them being very nice. Like, that's a major upgrade. Ore purifier takes ore to purify them into pure ores at a ratio of 1 to 2. You can smelt them. So if you want to do ore doubling with this mod, you can. Improved element binder works like a binder and infuser, meaning it can do either binding or infusion at a faster rate. Nice. I might want that, but that's not a priority for me. That's not a priority for me. What I would like to do is this. This is what I think I want. Pure rock. Looks cool. Oh, it resists weather destruction. That's nice. But source displacement plates. I think this is how you move things now. Source displacement plates are powerful tools that allow you to move source. You need to first analyze the source by using a source analysis class. By placing them under sources and right-clicking them, you can put them in a receptacle. Once the process is finished, the plate will be broken and will need a pristine gem to get repaired. Okay. Cool. So let's do this. Let's decide where we want this setup to actually live. Because now we're at the point where we can do that. And what I should do is pick a chunk-loaded area, right? We should pick a single chunk. We should load it. So what I might do... Let's go home. Let's teleport through the dude. Now we're going to need a total of 4 of these to move all 4 nodes, right? So it's going to be just a minute before that actually works out. But let's pick a chunk like this one. And this will be where we... Or do we want to do this in the overworld? We could do it in the overworld, to be fair. If we move the nodes into the overworld, then we don't have to pop back and forth. That's not a bad idea. In fact, that's a really good idea. I like that idea. I'm a fan of that idea. Should we hop into here and design an ElementalCraft room? That might be cool. So what we would want is an item frame here. Do we have anything Britannia-y? I'll just do this indicates Britannia, right? That's a good indication. And then we could have just another setup here with another frame. And you can be something elemental crafty. How about one of these water crystal dudes? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Sweet. Okay. And then we can make another warp plate. Yeah. So if we're here. I think last time I did this, and by the way, are you correct? You are correct. Cool. I should really chunk align it this time, right? I would say yes. Let's chunk align it so that we are all within one chunk. There's no reason to not. And acknowledging that a chunk is 16 by 16, so it's not going to be an odd number of things, but you get the idea. Okay. So then for you, that is a chunk. And that looks good to me. So then we're going to want a feral flare lantern in here. Which shouldn't be too terrible to make. Roughly-ish in the center, because remember there is no perfect center. That's pretty close. And then I'll use bricks to make the walls. So let me make this room look nice, and then we'll be right back ready to proceed with an ElementalCraft room. Cool? All right, since we're mostly at the wrapping up point, let's do this. I'm going to finish building this room, and then we'll come back next episode. We'll try capturing these nodes and then bringing them into the room and setting up the ElementalCraft room. Sound cool? So for now, Del20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time to build an ElementalCraft room. For now, take it easy.